In this video, we'll cover the setup menu. The setup menu is the most important place for any Salesforce admin. It allows you to configure your application in every way you can think of. Last time, we went through the setup menu and we went to the object manager up top here. In this menu, we saw that standard and custom objects are configurable here, and we can also create new custom objects as well. So I want to go through some of the more important setup menu options in the setup menu. So one of them would be company information, and we can use the quick find bar up here to do exactly what it says, to quickly find different menus from the setup menu. So in company information, it gives you a overall view of your organization, such as your organization name, your primary contact, your address, as you can see here. Also what fiscal year your organization starts in. So mine has it set to February. Some of the more important parts of this menu would be your organization ID, your Salesforce.com organization ID, which allows any support reps to come in and help you. Support reps, I mean Salesforce support reps. So if you had any issues with your org, you can just give them this ID and they will know which organization to help you on. The other thing too is your organization edition. There are many different editions and each edition has its own limitations. For example, the developer edition only has like I think 5 megabytes or so of free space, and you can see here it's already 1.4 megabytes and it's about 28% usage of my total org, which isn't great. So developer org is strictly just for learning Salesforce, and it wouldn't be a great org to use in production, i.e. the real world. You wouldn't want to use this org there. So to get a different organization, you would have to go on Salesforce and purchase one of their plans. So another thing in the company information menu is also the instance. The instance refers to what server your organization runs on. And what this means is, since this is on the cloud, Salesforce assigns you a instance ID. So in my case, it's NA40. You can also see the different types of user licenses available in your org. The licenses controls what a user can do in the org. For example, us as a user right now in the org viewing this page, we are system admins. And as a system admin, we have access to everything and we can see everything in the org. And this type of profile would require a Salesforce license. So in a developer org, you can see there's 2 total licenses available. That means we can have a total of 2 system admins. So I'll leave a link below the video if you're interested in learning more about user licenses. So another important tab in the setup menu would be profiles. So a profile essentially controls what a user can see and what they shouldn't be able to see. And we'll go more in depth about profiles in a future video. To give you a high-level understanding of profiles though, in this menu you can create new custom profiles or change current profiles. One use case for a profile would be if you had a sales rep profile, and also if you had a salary field on the user. So if 2 people are assigned sales rep profiles, we wouldn't want them to see each other's salary information. So we could control the field access by changing the profile. So for example, if we had a sales rep manager, we would want them to be able to see the salary information of each of their employees. To do that, we would have to have a sales rep manager profile, and we would give them access to the salary information on the user object. So that's just one use case for profiles. We'll go more in depth in a future video, but I just want to give you a high level understanding of where you would go to set that up. So another important tab would be the users tab. And in this tab, this is where you would see all the different users in your organization. So you can see I don't have that many users here. Here's me. And you can see on this page, this is where you would make new users, where you could reset passwords of users who forgot their passwords. Or you can just, there's also another button here where you can add multiple users as well. And if you click into one of them, it gives you all the information on the user. So there's a bunch of garbage information in here just because this is a developer org. I didn't really think about data integrity. But you can see here that my profile is a system administrator and the user license is Salesforce, as we were talking about earlier. So from here, you can also control permission sets, assignments, and a lot of other things that we don't need to get into right now. The user's object is quite important, but mainly what you would likely be doing as an admin is setting up new users and also resetting passwords and setting permission sets as well. A few more that we can go into are the audit trails, which is fairly important just to see what changed in your org. It allows you to see the last 6 months of activity on your org and what user has done what. So we can see here all the different actions and the dates that I performed the different actions on. And this is useful when you're trying to debug some configuration issue, or if somebody made some data critical change, you can trace it back to what user did it. And the last page we'll go into is login history. This is very similar to audit trail, where you can, but instead of seeing actions, you see login information. So you can see on the left here under username all the different users that have logged in the last 6 months and the way they logged in. So you can see different login paths and different windows, different operating systems platform, and it allows you to just have useful tracking of any security flaws or loopholes that have been occurring on your Salesforce org. So let me know if you have any questions or feedback. I'll link some information below. Thanks for watching and hit subscribe to see more.